There you go. Thank you. If you want context, it says bombing the kitchen crew was bad. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
This isn't even I'm not even referring to the same thing. Wait, what? There was a cut. What the?
And fucking watch my clips out of fucking context in a way that you have framed it.
People are just like reacting to my Discord messages out of context and like upvote this into oblivion out of fucking context.
Wow. Hasan is just absolutely pathetic. Poor guy doesn't like being clipped out of context. Yet, that's all he seems to do for 8 hours a day in between completely ripping off people's content. This guy just doesn't realize that he's staring into a mirror half the time criticizing himself. You know, I'm convinced half of this guy's community has to just be hate watchers, getting a kick out of how ridiculous this guy is. Look, I'm not gonna bullshit you like Hasan is and act like I'm educated on the complex interweaving of international politics. I just find it hilarious that this guy doesn't realize how often he puts his foot directly into his own mouth.
Footage being real doesn't mean you're not being manipulated. For instance, the flower mask. That's not fake, but it's staged. Look at all these cameramen. This is film. This is cinema. This is kino.
And here it is. There you go. Thank you. If you want context, it says bombing the kitchen crew was bad. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank God he said bombing the kitchen crew was bad. So you went on a 5-minute rant when you both agree it was a bad thing to happen just so you think that we're just looking for blood of innocence? Yeah, dude, that's what I said. You're right. Yeah, you definitely did a really good job of reframing my argument in the most charitable, most favorable way possible.
Wait, was that from the same conversation? Wait, hold on. The flower massacre. That's not fake, but it's staged. That's not fake, but it's staged. Look at all these cameramen. This is film. This is being manipulated. For instance, the flower massacre. That's not fake, but it's staged. Look at all these cameras. Wait, this isn't even I'm not even referring to the same thing. Wait, what? There was a cut. What the?
Isn't it kind of funny how Hasan wanted nothing to do with Destiny for the longest time? Now that he's nipping at the heels of Hasan's falling popularity, all of a sudden, gloves are off, and he is essentially egging his community on to clip Destiny out of context. Then he sits on stream and watches those out of context clips and paints whatever picture is most convenient for him, or whatever he thinks will be the best reaction on stream. It's kind of pathetic. Honestly, how do people like this guy? You literally couldn't write a worse walking contradiction. Like, they are actually trying to remove the context from Destiny's leaked sexting messages, saying he's preying on some young girl, when in reality, she is in her 20s. Sure, Destiny is getting a bit freaky in her DMs, but instead of just calling him weird or something, they are trying to stretch the situation to its most extreme conclusion, and just trying to paint him with the brush. Like, how much more out of context can you get? But, I mean, what can you expect from a community that watches this?
I just think babies are better off being aborted than being born into poverty. What?
That is a scarecrow.
No. Real trad wives don't do shit. They're fucking getting like, you know, they're just getting brutalized by their dipshit fucking husbands, and they just like sit around and fucking cry every night. I want to see some conservative brain rot on TikTok. On TikTok. That's what I want to see. Like, if you post white nationalist agitprop on your TikTok and then someone goes, bro is just openly a white supremacist, which is true. E-girl, MAGA crossover. Nice. Let's see. Reminder that you can be 100% be alt and conservative Trump supporter, and if you say otherwise, you're gatekeeping kids. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude? People that use like terms like proletarian, but then are just straight up just Republican. It's like being a worker is about being racist.
You know, I wonder where this guy's community learned to take things out of context so well. That's quite the mystery, isn't it? It's almost like they learned it from somewhere. But where could that be? This guy and his community are fucking shameless. He has bred an absolute monster that he can't even stand himself. I used to watch this show back in the day called Alphas. It was kind of bad, but also kind of good. It had this quote that I really liked. Something along the lines of, "Society is a prison disguised as a palace." And, you know, I can't help but to think that the palace that Hasan has built for himself is actually a prison that he can't escape from. Dude has literally built an empire on taking people out of context. Yet, he has the nerve to act like this.
And here it is. There you go. Thank you. If you want context, he says bombing the kitchen crew was bad. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank God he said bombing the kitchen crew was bad. People are just like reacting to my Discord messages to other people out of context, like because they saw me like responding to the biggest dumbasses in Discord being like, I'm gonna kill myself, and then they clipped the reply and posted it being like, oh, he's like spiraling, and I had no idea. Blue Lives Matter, this is the conservative goth, so why is she using a fucking soundbite about crackheads when she literally looks like, you know, the most gas station woman I've ever seen in my entire life?
Making Ukrainians sit down and fucking watch my clips out of fucking context in a way that you have framed it to have them go, oh wow, how fucked up this guy. It is literally the most unimaginably insane thing I've ever seen.
Women. I think they want to be men. They don't take any pride in being feminine. They say we need to bring down the patriarchy. But who is the patriarchy? Do you think it's men who set all these standards for women to uphold in the beauty world? You're forgetting that other women set the standards too.
Again, you can't be a harlot on fucking TikTok and then be like, I want to be a trad wife who takes care of my children. Go get pregnant. You have to get pregnant. You cannot be on TikTok farming fucking simps from the incel red pill community while simultaneously being like, oh, I can't. Oh, I love being a trad wife. No, that's ridiculous. And here it is. There you go. Thank you. If you want context, it says bombing the kitchen crew was bad. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank God he said bombing the kitchen crew was bad.
Every single fucking time, without fail, this guy's a hypocrite. If you could bet on this somewhere, I would make a damn killing. Because this guy is utterly predictable. I like that the tide is finally turning on him, though. It seems like more often than not, people are seeing right through his shit, which is probably why his viewership is falling so rapidly, and which is also probably why he's ramping up whatever method he thinks might help him, and whatever method he thinks will hurt his opposition. You know, I can't wait to drop my next big video on this guy. I think you guys are gonna like it.